Step 2 is creating the wealth habit. Anyone who has money, what separates people that have money from people who don't? It's their habits. And this is a habit you can learn at any stage of life. In your personal finances, in your business finances, this one habit will help you no matter where you are on your journey in real estate investing or on your personal finances, wherever you are. That's why I love this point, because no matter what, we want to make profit a habit, not an event in your business and in your life. So I'm going to tell you one of the biggest mistakes I see in the real estate investing world that real estate investors make, and honestly, just entrepreneurs in general. So if you're doing this now, don't feel bad because I've seen it over and over and over again. But the biggest mistake I see that goes right along with this point is that most investors and entrepreneurs have one big bank account where all their money goes in, all their money goes out, and it's just like tossing a cash salad all the time. It is nuts because that one account, you have no control of what's coming in this month. Did I get income? Did I get private money? Was this a refinance? What was the money that came into my account? As an entrepreneur, you probably look at your bank account a whole lot more than you would a financial software system. I can guarantee on your phone, you probably pull up your bank account app, probably several times a day, if not once a day or once every other day. That's something you look at on a constant basis and make decisions already from that one big bank account. Do I have enough money to run this marketing campaign? Do I have enough money to hire this person? Let me look at the bank account. So what I want to teach you with this habit is that it's just like the modernized envelope system. If you've heard of the envelope system, like from Dave Ramsey, or maybe your grandma did this, maybe you do this in your personal finances where you literally have envelopes in your personal life that are expenses categories in your life right now. Well, the envelope system can transfer to the business world as well too. And that's what Profit First, the practical steps of Profit First is to make sure that you have accounts set up to help you build this habit. And one of the big ways we can do that is by setting up multiple bank accounts, because if you have one account, you have no control. If you have multiple accounts, you have control because you can designate those accounts for specific purposes. So you can see exactly what's in that account and what it's for. So what are some of those accounts that you could set up right away? This is some actionable steps that you can do. Step 1, you were looking for the need number. That's a huge actionable step. Number 2 here is setting up physical bank accounts. And I call the first 3 accounts the golden trio. You need 3 main heroes in your business, and I call this the golden trio of bank accounts. Number 1 is the profit account. Number 2 account, the owner's compensation account. And number 3, the owner's tax account. And I always get the question, what's the difference between the profit and owner's comp? Profit is something that's like the icing on the cake. So it's something you take on a quarterly basis. This is not something that you factor into like your paycheck or anything like that. This is something you look at where you transfer money into that profit account. And at the end of the quarter, you see how much do I have in that profit account, and you can take up to 50% out of there for whatever you want. That's what we suggest, is taking up to 50% for whatever the heck you want as the icing on the cake of like, I'm running a profitable business and this is the return on my investment for taking the risk of starting a business. The owner's compensation account is your get out of your rat race account. It's the account where if you are paying yourself, like let's just use that example I used on a couple videos ago of the $5,000 that is your escape the rat race number. Like let's just say it's $5,000 again. If you start filling up the owner's compensation bucket with $5,000 on a monthly basis, you know you've started to hit that you have a real business. You're able to pay yourself what you need. And that's where that's different. That bank account is different than the profit. This one, take out on a monthly or a bi-weekly or a weekly basis, more for paying yourself for the work you're doing in the business. So it's that owner's compensation where you're actually paying yourself either a salary or draws or whatnot on a consistent basis, but more frequent than once a quarter. So that owner's compensation account is also to help you get out of that rat race, just like we talked in step number 1. Then the third account is the owner's tax, making sure that your business actually pays your taxes and you don't have to come up with, oh no, it's tax time, I have to go do 3 more deals just to cover my tax bill. We could have had a system to prevent all that headache up front. So that's the golden trio of accounts. If you could just open those would change your life. But if you don't do anything else, like if you don't want to open up the 3 accounts, or if you're like, this guy's nuts, like what is he talking about? What we're talking about is having you create the habit of profitability inside of you as a person and inside your business. So if nothing else, open one account, one new bank account, call it profit, and transfer 1% of everything that comes into your business into that account. So that way you're getting into the habit. It's more important that you create the habit than you follow the system to an absolute T. If you follow the system to the T, you will keep more than you've ever made in your whole life. But if you want to start somewhere, at least do that, because it's more important that you're creating the habit. Because you know what? This habit will stay with you the rest of your life. So to recap again, open that golden trio of accounts. Number 1, the profit account. Number 2, the owner's compensation account. And number 3, the owner's tax account. If you do that, those accounts are all for you, the business owner. They're the benefit for you. And then that way, from every dollar that comes into the business, you make sure that by some percentage goes inside of those accounts, and start with where you are. If you're only making a certain amount per month overall, like let's just say $5,000 or $10,000, you're just getting started out in wholesaling, transfer a small percentage of that money that you're making into those different accounts. If you're making a lot of money, maybe you need to see, where have I been in the past? Where am I right now? And what percentages can I afford to put into profit and into my owner's comp? And you might surprise yourself. Maybe you could actually pay yourself more now, because you're paying yourself by percentage of the business. And as the business grows, if you're doing it by percentage, the money that you put in your pocket will grow as well too. So this one habit, you set that up, you have money come in, you transfer it to those 3 accounts, you have created the wealth habit in your business and in your life. Do it consistently, make it a habit, and you will never, I promise, you will never lose this habit in the future, because you will always have this inside of you to say, I know what to do with the money as it comes in. I need to make sure that I put my oxygen mask on first, and that I'm doing okay, and that I don't just have a side hustle, and that I can really build a business here before I go out there and do crazy things or build a big business or, scale up a business before we're even healthy. So put that in place, and you'll have that habit for the rest of your life.